Hey everybody, I've got a really ambitious cooking project today. I'm gonna make ramen. And I'm not talking about this crap, these instant ramen noodles. No, we're going whole hog. We're making ramen from scratch, including the noodles. Now, my challenge today is the only store-bought ingredients I'm gonna use are flour and salt, believe it or not. So let's start with the pasta. First of all, ramen is made with wheat noodles, whereas pho, and I've got other videos on pho is made from rice noodles or mung bean noodles. So let's go ahead and start making the pasta for ramen. Okay, these are my chicken eggs, and I've got a little pile of flour here. It's roughly about 1.5 cups, and I'm gonna break 2, possibly 3 eggs into the middle of this and just start working it in. So I ended up adding a 3rd egg because they're kind of small, and I'm just using this pastry knife, this kind of shelf knife, I think they call it, to start to integrate the eggs into the dough. And then I'll go ahead and I'll start trying to knead it together into a ball. All right, I've been kneading this for a few minutes. It's a nice, firm little dough ball, and I'm gonna let it rest for a few minutes. And the reason you let it rest is to let those gluten fibers basically stretch out. And so I'm actually gonna make this into kind of a log. So I'm just rolling it out into a rough log type of shape, getting a little bit more flour on it. So it kind of looks like a hoagie roll. Okay, so watch, get a close-up of this. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, the gluten fibers. You see right now if I stretch it and I let go, it springs back. You wanna let it rest and those gluten fibers will start relaxing. And so I'm rolling it out into a little baguette type of log. I'm just gonna let that sit for a few minutes. Okay, here's 1/4 of our dough. And I'm just gonna squish it out and then run it through the lowest setting, that's a 0, and we're starting to thin it out. Now I'm gonna fold it back on itself, maybe like that, run it through again. I'm gonna repeat this about 5 times. So this is the 5th time going through the lowest setting. All right, now, this is the fun part. I'm gonna start gradually reducing the thickness. Okay, so that was setting number 1. Setting number 2. Setting number 3 or 4. Okay, here's 1/2. I had to cut it because it was getting too long. 1/2 of our thinned out dough. And now I'm gonna start it through the cutter. And what my little trick is by putting a coat hanger underneath this at about the halfway point and then lifting up, most of the noodles will pretty much come off. And now I can hang them up and separate these out a little bit to dry. Here we have it, a whole bunch of fresh ramen noodles made out of whole wheat flour and eggs from the homestead.